This is Bad Karma Wrestling.
Give me a hell yeah.
With no gimmick Nick Johnston.
It doesn't matter how you feel.
And David Double D Dykstra.
Coming in hot. How you doing? Where you roll? Bad Karma Wrestling in the building.
Coming in hit.
Oh yeah, Nick Johnston. Over to my right, as always, Double D, David Dykstra. How you doing?
I still like we said earlier before this thing. I look like I'm ready for Warped Tour.
Yeah. Is there gonna be hardcore dancing in the pit, throwing some elbows, throwing some haymakers?
You want to hear a funny story?
Go for it.
So, my first ex-wife's first boyfriend, after we split up, we all ended up going to, I forget what it was. I want to say like Uproar.
Okay, yeah.
Which doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah, no.
Uproar concert, and he was a big mosh pit guy. So it was my son's first concert, my stepson's like second concert. So they're all wanting to get in the mosh pit, and of course Mama is freaking out, don't get hurt. Blah, blah. So they don't get hurt in any of the mosh pits, but he gets his stuff busted.
Okay.
In a stained mosh pit. Now, for those of you who do not know, Stained is like the Nickelback of alternative rock.
That's not fair.
Oh, it's very fair.
No, I like Stained. I also like
don't get me
Nickelback,
wrong.
but
I think Stained is genius, but they're really mellow compared to other alternative rock groups.
Yeah.
They like to lean toward the ballad side of things.
It's been a while.
So, for him to get his stuff busted in a Stained pit, we found great humor in it.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah, that was good times.
Nice little hard one. Nice little soft way to get through that. I mean, maybe he's gonna enjoy a Slayer mosh pit at Riot Fest this year.
Ooh.
I mean, I think I'm dropping all.
I think we might go to that festival this year because it's got a pretty decent lineup.
Every single time. I think 9 Inch Nails was last year. Never seems to fail. But we got wrestling. On the side of things today. We're talking a little bit of Elimination Chamber results. We got AEW Revolution to preview. And then, of course, we got a WrestleMania moments counting down number 13 and 12 today.
13 and 12.
Yeah,
Lucky number 13 and
working our way down. So without any
12.
further ado, let's go ahead and get this one rolling. We had the Elimination Chamber this past Saturday.
Yeah.
Did you wake up at 6 a.m. for it?
I did because I had to be at work at 7. So I was up at 5.
Look at you, humble brag.
I was up at 4:30 and I was like, you know what? Might as well turn it on for a little bit, watch about an hour, and then I can neither confirm or deny whether it was on my phone as I was driving into work.
Okay.
For legal reasons.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's always.
I allegedly watched it on my way to work.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
You probably.
Why are you laughing?
I'm surprised Cody's pyro didn't distract you as you were driving, and you're just like, whoa.
I think Cody's pyro hit while I was at the studio.
Okay.
I
mean, you could probably see it from here in the States.
That was a
out
long
loud.
elimination chamber.
Yeah, for 4 matches.
Each chamber had its own, like everybody went long.
Yeah.
Everybody got their spots.
Yeah.
And thank you, by the way, Tiffany Stratton, for keeping your top on.
Oh, well, that's neither here nor there. But I think we can do exactly that. How about we go with it basically in chronological order?
Okay.
The women's chamber, we had, then followed by that was the tag team match. We also had Rhodes and Rollins' little interview on the Grayson Waller effect. Then it went into the men's chamber, and then followed by Rhea Ripley and Nia Jax. But yeah, starting off with the women's chamber. Becky Lynch defeating all 5 members, starting off at number, I guess, the first person in the chamber, or one of the first 2 people that started off.
She was
with Naomi.
They said she was the first.
Yeah,
so.
okay. So she gets the win. Just overall, just initial thoughts, just questions, concerns from it. Were you excited for Becky Lynch?
I'll say this: I was a little disappointed in Naomi.
Okay, yeah.
I think there could have been more with Naomi. She's athletic enough. She's a little bit of a risk taker enough that I think Stratton stole the show for me.
Yes,
at
absolutely.
Phenomenally done. Like I said,
hit all of her spots correctly. Hit all of it
beautiful.
well. Yeah,
beautifully.
The spot off the spot off the top of the chamber pod, that was fantastically done. Getting the proper heat, building off the crowd, did a phenomenal job. I mean, for myself, who's been somewhat paying attention to her and what she's been doing, now I'm like, all right, it's become a must watch.
I like what they did with Liv.
Yeah,
it's going to be very interesting where this proceeds from there, because we'll get into the Raw.
Did you see the hashtag that built off? It was almost trying to get Cody Rhodes type hashtag build around it, like the free Liv. Everyone wanted Liv Morgan to win that chamber. It seemed like.
Hey, listen, for those of you who don't, I think Liv is probably top 5, maybe 10.
Yeah.
She's definitely top 10.
They said it on the broadcast. She was the last woman to pin Rhea Ripley 2 years ago.
And there's a story there.
Yeah.
But that being said, the big money is brought in by Rhea and Becky.
Absolutely.
And as much as Liv is who she is, there's still another woman that's out there that hasn't come back yet that is an even bigger name. And that's Alexa Bliss. So whenever Alexa decides to come back, it's going to shove Liv down even further.
That's
in
true.
my eyes.
That's unfortunate. Yeah, that is very true. So there's a small little window here for Liv Morgan, and unfortunately did not get the push that the WWE Universe wanted. So, yeah, I mean, Liv Morgan had one of my favorite spots in the entire match. She did that little double knees, or that little bump on Raquel Rodriguez when they were hanging up on the top. So that was a very interesting spot, very cool spot, and that transitioned to something else.
By the way, I don't know if you noticed or not, but Raquel was having. They didn't know if Raquel was going to be able to go.
Yeah.
Because of this.
You said that skin
MCAS is, I think, the abbreviation syndrome. I'm not sure what the exact medical terminology is for it, but it, like, you could tell.
Oh,
like,
yeah. It was a completely
especially in
different
her
complexion.
eyes. Yeah. Like, and I feel so bad for her because they're getting it under control, but they haven't yet. And I guess she had a flare up on the flight over to Australia.
Yeah.
So they weren't sure that when they were practicing the spots in the Elimination Chamber and what have you, she wasn't involved because they honestly were hoping she could go, but weren't sure. So they wanted to see what it would look like.
Well, glad she did.
Yeah.
Glad she was able to go, and like I said, she did her job. They had that one little spot where it gets all three. I think it was Becky Lynch, Liv Morgan, and Bianca were all on top of her for a pin, and she muscles her way off and gets the kick out. So that was pretty cool. So again, everyone had their spots. Nice job. I
need Bianca to join her husband in that faction.
Yeah, I think you've been getting to that. That's kind of the go-to for you. Yeah.
Or team up with Jade Cargill.
Fair enough. Yeah.
One of those two.
Yeah. I mean, overall, just the entire chamber. You didn't promise it, but you had mentioned there were going to be. Where were the surprises? There was nothing.
I heard that they were going to go all out.
They did. They did not.
They did not. So what the hell?
Yeah.
Are they saving it all for Mania?
They could be, but even then, they're going to just build that up for as much as there'll be this person's coming, and then eventually probably not even that's going to happen. So it's always up in the air. It's always up in the air. There's always possibility for sure. But yeah, over Becky Lynch winning, good fallback. I feel like, it's obviously, like you said, that's the moneymaker. Rhea,
they
Becky
haven't wrestled
Lynch,
in 4 years, which to me, Rhea was a different wrestler.
Yeah.
And I think Becky, you could even say Becky was a different person, a different wrestler back in 4 years ago.
I put it in like the standard of like if this was back in the day, and if this was just a single match on a single card, this would sell out the arena that night.
Oh,
so,
100%.
Exactly. So this is gonna put asses in seats. This is gonna be a phenomenal matchup. While I feel like it's always in the back pocket to go with Becky Lynch versus X because she will always bring a good match.
She's her and Bayley are the Eddie Guerreros of the women's division.
There you go. That's a good way to put it. But maybe like I said, it could be pulling the trigger too fast on this Rhea versus Becky, but. Again, you can't go wrong. So I'm not going to sit here and complain about that. For those that wanted Liv Morgan, yeah, I
get it.
I get it, exactly that. But we can move on really quickly. Finn Balor and Damian Priest went ahead and defeated Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate. They changed their tag name basically right
I
before.
like it though.
Yeah.
It's a little quirky.
Wait, can you run it by us again?
Oh, what did they? I can't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah, I'll try
You
and pull
got
it up
it.
as well.
But unbelievably solid match. Like, might have been the show stealer.
Yeah, absolutely. I was glad they let them go for as long. New Catch Republic, is that what it's called?
Yeah, New Catch Republic.
New Catch Republic. There we go.
So it goes to them learning catch style wrestling. The Republic they're both from, so it's paying homage to all these things.
Yeah, no, I mean they went. They had a phenomenal matchup right there. I liked obviously Dom getting involved. I'm always for if a manager's there, just do something to get involved. Actually do something.
I was waiting for
dastardly.
R-Truth to come out.
Yeah, that would have been pretty cool. But that was the thing. He missed. He didn't go to the right. He didn't go to Australia. He went to Austria.
Yeah.
Went to the Raw. He flew. Fantastic. You give it up to him. Yeah. R-Truth is the man.
The most genius wrestler going today when it comes to promos and getting himself over.
He cut a
legitimately.
For those that didn't see it, exactly that. He cut a promo for saying, like, I'm sorry, I took the wrong flight. He ended up in Austria, which I don't even think that's a real place anymore. It's a real place, but that's not how they recognize it anymore.
But the fact still remains that, like, the fact that he just crossed those two up is brilliance.
Okay.
Brilliance.
Yeah.
My thought is, though, moving forward from this, moving forward from the Elimination Chamber, I'll just bring this up now, just in case we don't have time. I think it might be R-Truth and The Miz getting a run at Mania at the belts and maybe taking it.
Wow. Yeah, that could be the case. I'm not really.
Honestly, I'll give you my thoughts on the other stuff from Chamber and what else. We might have to do two. Once again, AEW. Yeah, well, but we may have to do two things.
We're pushing it back anyways. We can bleed into our WrestleMania top moments anyways. So
yeah. But yeah, I mean, solid match.
Absolutely. Any thoughts from Rhodes, Rollins, and the Grayson Waller effect? Anything with that? I thought obviously the Austin Theory spot.
I have a prediction.
Okay.
I believe Rhodes will be wrestling twice at Mania.
Okay. Yeah, he said I will wrestle The Rock anywhere.
Anytime, anywhere,
anytime, any place. Sorry, that's just Cody Rhodes has a little
He's
list.
got his dad's list.
Yeah. It's
the Rhodes list. It's
yeah,
okay.
It's
But I
a tough spot when they put him up there.
I think he'll take on The Rock. This is what it'll be. It'll be Rock Rhodes to see who faces Roman night 2.
Okay. Yeah, that'll be the case.
Kind of like the Daniel Bryan thing that they did all in one night, where he faced Triple H and then had to go into a triple threat match. Yeah. But they'll break it up. Because, I mean, you do Rock Rhodes on night 1, sell out.
Yeah. It's not, and then they'll somehow turn it into a tag team so they can sell merch. The Rock and Rhodes connection.
Oh, good God.
Yeah, I know. So how do we think on the men's chamber? McIntyre getting the win over Randy Orton, Bobby Lashley, LA Knight, Kevin Owens, and Logan Paul.
There were so many storylines that came out of that Elimination Chamber. It was weird. I don't know how I feel about Logan Paul, Randy moving forward to Mania.
Yeah. That was interesting.
I was hyped at the beginning, just watching Logan Paul walk into the ring and Owens just going madman.
Barking at him like a dog, yeah.
Barking like a dog and slamming his head against the Elimination Chamber thing. I was like, oh.
That was the best comparison online when they were like, "Does the dog bite?" And he's just, "I know he's he's just slamming his head against the chamber pod."
But I will say this: I think McIntyre was probably the right choice. Once again, great workers, not going to do anything to put Seth in any kind of danger with his back and or his knee. But at the same time, do you believe? I believe this will probably happen night 2, maybe first off.
Yeah, exactly. Just to get it out of the way. Not to get it out of the way, but to get Rollins
maybe
off.
And this is where think about Drew's storyline. and I'm just going to say this. I think Drew wins, but then he gets screwed over.
That could be the case. Could be the case.
Ooh, I see what you did there. The case. It could be the case. I like that.
There you
I
go.
like that a lot.
Exactly that. Well, we still have a main event to get to. So we've been talking a little bit, but we're going to take a quick little break here right now. Talking Rhea Ripley and Nia Jax. When we come back here on Bad Karma Wrestling. Stick around.
Throughout the 1960s, 70s, and 80s, Judy Finelli established herself as a masterful juggler and performer, making appearances everywhere from Carnegie Hall to Sesame Street. With her loving heart, she has brought warm smiles to children everywhere she has performed. She even started the San Francisco School for the Circus Arts, but shortly after, she was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, and by 2004, she was completely paralyzed. In celebration of her accomplishments and to fight the illness that had crippled Judy, a group of students from the San Francisco Clown College have compiled the perfect holiday present for those who want to laugh and to help those struggling with the illness. The goal has been set at $1 million raised, with 100% of any dollar made to be donated to the Judy Finelli Fund, which is helping find a cure to multiple sclerosis. Visit www.circuscenter.org to make a donation or to purchase a framed naked clown photo or the full Naked Clown 12-month calendar. Remember, 100% of every dollar is donated and goes to fighting MS.
Man, I'm so hungry. I need somewhere to eat fast. I have no idea where to go.
Psst. Hola, me llamo El Taco de Taco. You know where to go for the amazing taste that'll have you craving more? Taco Bell.
Can I get 20 tacos, please?
You got it.
Thanks, Taco.
De nada.
Good. That's it. Eat the tacos.
Taco Bell. Live más.
This is Bad Karma Wrestling
Give me a hell yeah.
with no gimmick Nick Johnston
It doesn't matter how you feel.
and David Double D Dykstra.
Gotta make me ring right before we go. Bad Karma Wrestling in the building. They trying to keep me on my toes as always here.
I gotta get you.
Ready to roll. Nick Johnston, Double D in the building. Still talking a little bit of Elimination Chamber. Almost said Revolution, but we'll get into Revolution.
Yeah, we can rapid fire Revolution and our predictions.
I think so,
like
yeah. So finishing off Elimination Chamber here in Perth, Rhea Ripley gets the big win in her hometown, home stadium. Home country, more or less, probably. I don't know if that's
As
her
much as I
hometown.
hate to do it, I got to give some credit to Nia.
There we go.
She had herself a match.
Yes.
She had herself a match.
And nobody died.
And more importantly, nobody got injured.
Yeah.
Nobody got injured. And I think this goes with the evolution of Nia Jax. I think, she wasn't as careful when she first was in WWE, and now she realizes she has to be a little more careful when she's doing
On
some
a
of these.
ginormous stage in front of 50,000 plus people.
One of these people that, just like Kurt Angle or Brock Lesnar, she's a woman who doesn't, I think, realize her own strength.
Yeah, possibly. I just hope that
Her own
for
ability to build momentum.
Yeah. As much as this was a big moment, obviously for Rhea, this is obviously a huge, big moment also for Nia Jax as well. I mean, for them to main event in that building in that country, that's
I
phenomenal feat.
still think she's a mid card. She'd be great getting a tag team together.
Oh man,
For me,
hater.
I'm a hater. I'll admit it. She's not even. For me, she's not even near the top 10 of female wrestlers in WWE.
Oh, I know that. She actually talks. She's a force. She's a master.
It helps to be The Rock's cousin every once in a while.
Absolutely. I had a couple. Yeah, we had a couple more. I mean, overall, just Elimination Chamber. Did you plus or pass fail? Did you want to give it a grade?
I'll give it a B minus.
Okay.
I'll give it a B minus.
I think that's fair.
Both Elimination Chambers were solid.
Yeah.
Never
graded. You never graded on the idea that there were supposed to be big.
By the way,
okay.
I got a personal thing. I am a huge AJ Styles fan,
Okay.
but screw you, dude.
Huh?
Screw you.
What
How
the?
dare you take out my fucking pick?
Oh.
How dare you take out my pick?
What is that?
I picked LA Knight.
Okay. Yeah.
Screw you, AJ. That's right.
Yeah.
Illinois Media School, come and get some.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm joking.
Yeah, I would agree with you.
What?
Yeah. Solid beat.
I
Yeah,
just
I'm
want to
not
get
fighting
Pele. I
AJ
just want to get
Styles.
Pele kicked once,
No, I'm good.
just once.
No, I'm good. I probably got enough brain damage as it is. I don't need a Pele kick to the top of the dome. Come on now. Yeah, still following along the way on WWE stuff because we just trickled over. Yeah, Elimination Chamber, like I said, solid. But it was on NXT on the Tuesday. In came the chairman after all the riddles and all the darkness came to be. It wasn't Bo Dallas. Here comes Sean Spears. Reveals to be exactly that. The guy that everyone thought was going to be Bo Dallas. The new man speaking in riddles. And the new, I guess, darkness that comes to be. So,
Is that you, Scotty?
tip of the spear finally shows? Yeah, I guess so. I don't want
of
to
the
see his
spear.
tip. Yeah.
Stop
Sean-
it. That's a horrible dad joke.
Yeah.
That's a horrible dad joke.
Yeah, but
But,
Sean Spears is the new man. Needle mover, who cares?
A little bit.
Not at all for me.
Little bit. Here's what I want to see.
Okay.
I want to see what Sean Spears can do against the upper echelon of what NXT has right now. Put him up against Breaker. Put him up against Carmelo. Put him up against Trick. Put him up against those guys that are upper level. Because in the day of NXT, all these big stars like Kevin Owens, like Sami Zayn, when they first showed up at NXT, guess who their first opponent was? Sean Spears.
Yeah. And I don't think there's gonna be a renaissance of his career. You know, anyone that's thinking, "Oh, this is big things coming." No, it's just Sean Spears.
Well,
He'll
he-
mid card here, he'll mid card there, he'll mid card anywhere. He'll
I
mid card in a
think-
hot box, he'll mid card with a fox.
I think this is NXT going with a guy who isn't over the hill, but has his own wrestling school.
Yeah, okay,
So
yeah.
he can help the kids that are just coming in.
This is also
I
Cody's,
think he's
Cody's
go-
friend helping
Once again,
getting helped out.
I think this is more
What's
of a
what's stronger, being related to The Rock or being Cody's friend?
Rock.
Because I think
Rock.
it's kind of close right now.
Rock.
Yep, fair. All right.
I'm going to say this. I think he's probably been brought in as a performer / coach.
Yeah, I think that'll be
So
the case.
he's going to help out the kids that don't have. The bigger one. So have you seen these vignettes on YouTube?
Which
the
ones?
the Dreadmare.
No, I have not.
They are
okay.
done by an outside person about the Wyatt Six and Bo Dallas and what have you. WWE has actually hired this person to start doing stuff for them because those vignettes are so
Nice.
amazing.
Solid. Yeah.
Amazing. So that should be interesting. As far as things, Roadblock is going to be interesting this Tuesday. I would say pay attention to Roadblock this Tuesday for NXT. Other than that, meh.
I just my other question simply with Sean Spears coming in is how many more dark, spooky characters all dressed in black and speaking in riddles do we need? How many more characters like that do we need?
Well,
Because Malachi Black's gonna flip on over.
Yeah,
and he's gonna
Malachi's
be in WWE,
coming back,
and he's gonna
so
be like,
is
"What am I
Buddy-
gonna do? What am I doing?"
I think Malachi doesn't go to NXT at all. I think he's straight to main roster.
I mean, it's not
because
just in NXT; it's littered throughout. I mean, you got what's his face? You got
Karrion Kross.
yeah, Karrion Kross's little faction.
With by far the best faction name out there right now. Final Testament is amazing.
Yeah.
He needs to get better people in that faction. But that being said,
Yeah, it's a mouthful when you want to say the AOP of whatever little faction you just said. It's a lot. It's a lot going with that. But yeah, I just want to get your thoughts right there with that one. Quickly before we kind of give our little just bang through Revolution preview. Ole Anderson passed away. He had some unfortunate passings this week.
I'm waiting for the third.
Oh yeah, it does come in thirds. Ole Anderson and Virgil ended up passing. Ole Anderson passed this past Tuesday, and then Virgil followed on Wednesday. This is more your road for these guys. I'm not trying to show your age. I'm not just trying.
No,
to,
you can age me. It's fine.
No,
it's fine.
you probably would have a better understanding and
okay,
would give a better appreciation for the two.
You know how they always call FTR a throwback
Yes.
tag team.
Yes.
I don't compare them to Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard, which, don't get me wrong, great tag team in the day. I really do compare them to Ole and Arn Anderson.
Okay.
Ole was the muscle, the brute, and Arn was the technician. They were the Minnesota Wrecking Crew. Original members of the Four Horsemen.
Yes.
It was Ole Anderson, Arn Anderson, Ric Flair, and Tully Blanchard. All original members of the Four Horsemen. So, yeah, it's sad. Great wrestling mind, too, because not a lot of people know in the early stages of WCW, Ole Anderson was a producer.
Yes.
So, and as far as Virgil goes, you can say what you want about Virgil. His wrestling wasn't the greatest, but his comedic presence was always phenomenal. So I appreciate that.
Yeah. Obviously, for a guy like myself, for being a little bit younger, it's just you always see the memes and you're like, oh, is he going to be the Virgil of this? Is he the Virgil? That's kind of how I see it.
Only man to ever beat Ted DiBiase for the $1 Million Belt.
There you go. That's the feud right there. So I just, like I said, I want to give our respects, give our condolences.
Absolutely.
To Ole and Virgil, two powerhouses. Let's see. You want with that? We can get our AEW Revolution preview.
Yeah, let's go preview.
All right, cool. We can just kind of, like I said, fire away on these matches because, unlike Elimination Chamber, there was only 4, and then the kickoff match, so 5 in total. We got bountiful matches here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Even
6,
though he got
7,
rid of Meat Madness.
Meat Madness is on ice. Meat Madness is on ice.
It's in the freezer. It's
is.
in the meat locker.
Yes, it is. Yes.
See what we did there?
Absolutely. Making
Shut
magic
up.
happen. That has been actually converted into the All-Star 8-man scramble. Still 2 spots open. But Jericho, Powerhouse Hobbs, Lance Archer. Love to see Lance Archer on an AEW pay-per-view match card. Wardlow, Hook, and Brian Cage, the 6 out of the 8 confirmed members.
Well, you know who's going to win that match.
It's going to be Wardlow. It's going to
Yeah.
be Mr. Mayhem, Mr. Wardlow.
They're going to put Wardlow over.
Yeah.
And then he's going to do the "no one respects me."
Yeah, I mean that's going to be exactly. This is for a number 1 contender for the World Heavyweight title, so that would be cool. The to be determined spots, interesting. I don't know. I haven't heard any rumors as to what it's going to be. I think it still could be filled come tonight or Collision, whenever that was.
There's
taped.
only one person that if he enters it would make it worthwhile to
Brody
watch.
King should be in there.
Brody should be in there, absolutely 100%. But Okada.
Yeah, that's going to be.
Because he's done his goodbyes. Ospreay's done his goodbyes, so.
Yeah. I also did see MJF was supposed to go to Lexington Comic-Con, and due to unforeseeable circumstances, he canceled. Pretty interesting, right around Revolution time. So.
They've also filed a trademark for the Dynasty.
Yeah, AEW Dynasty.
Which is his old crew.
They either want that, or they think that might be the new AEW pay-per-view, because AEW might be adding another set of pay-per-views. Which it's tough.
You
it's
can't
tough.
fill the buildings that you're already doing.
The pay-per-views do. The pay-per-views do because they go crazy, but the Dynamites need to probably switch it up a little bit. Let's see. So we had the
next
8-man scramble or Meat Madness turned into an 8-man scramble. FTR Blackpool Combat Club. This is consisting of Claudio and Moxley.
This needs to be a 2 out of 3 falls match.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I don't. When it comes to AEW and their pay-per-views, I don't care how long they go. I really don't. Sometimes they go really long, but I don't care because you got to let these people do what they do best.
Yes.
And that's work.
Absolutely. And that's FTR does. I mean,
yeah. It's what all of them do.
Yeah, absolutely.
You've got 3 of the top workers in the business in Claudio, Dax, and Cash.
Yeah.
So,
you leaving out Mox?
Mox is a weird entity. He can work.
I know.
But it has to be a physical work.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? It's
No,
never
yeah,
a
it
technical
does.
one.
Yes, no, that makes sense. It needs to be this like he likes to chop it up. He needs to hit him. Yeah, okay, I got you like that. That's a good description of it. I'm gonna lean to FTR. That's just my guys, top guys forever. Christian Cage, Daniel Garcia for the TNT title.
Garcia wins.
Daniel Garcia wins due to Adam Copeland.
Yeah, outside interference.
Okay,
for sure.
Okay, that's what I'm kind of feeling that
Beth
as
Phoenix,
well.
maybe.
That'd be cool. Wow. Yeah. How about Takeshita and Ospreay? I mean, obviously Ospreay.
Takeshita wins by outside interference.
Ooh, now 2 interferences
By Don Callis.
Okay. All right. I think I think Ospreay gets the first win. I think that's just gonna be the case. But
I lost me clothes, bro. I was just like,
good.
yeah. We found him. We found him though.
That was good. His appearance on Dynamite was great. He's like, I look like Kermit the Frog.
Doing leg day, bro.
Yeah,
bro.
That's gonna be fantastic. How about Eddie Kingston Danielson for the AEW Continental Crown Championship? I think this goes Kingston's way just because I think Danielson is not going to be doing a full-time schedule.
Here's the only reason I'm
next
picking
year.
Kingston, because Danielson choked him out on Dynamite.
Oh, that's true too. Yeah.
Typically in wrestling, not to get, here's a spoiler. Spoiler alert. Ready? Anytime a person gets over on another person leading into a pay-per-view, the other person usually wins.
Yep. Ding, 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 ding. You got that one. Yeah, it's happens probably 10 out of 10 times. So I think that's exactly that. I think Kingston will grab that.
Hold on
This
a
is the
second.
first.
You all right, Andrew? Are you about to have an aneurysm?
Yikes! Offset stuff. Sorry, and it's the meat madness maybe.
All the meat's flying at your face.
How about
and you
Orange
just can't
Cassidy?
handle it.
Sorry, Orange Cassidy and Roderick Strong for the international
Cassidy
title.
drops.
Yeah, I think so too. That's going to be the case. It's going to be a phenomenal matchup. They're going to be putting all the stops in front of them. Then the best friends will try and beat up the kingdom, the undisputed kingdom. Yeah. Timeless Tony Storm and Deonna Purrazzo. I think we're on the same page. We want Tony Storm to retain. I personally,
yes.
Yeah,
it's the best thing you have going right now.
Yeah, pending something crazy. I think Tony Storm needs.
And
to
it'd be
retain.
too quick for Purrazzo.
I think so too. That's gonna be the case. Joey Samoa, Hangman, and Swerve Strickland. God, loved Swerve Strickland again. Be like, hey, I'm gonna get you in a poncho and put you on ringside on commentary again. Wow, phenomenal.
Just listen.
It needs to be Swerve.
Samoa too.
Yeah,
his promo was fantastic.
They've been. I mean, it's kind of just Hangman's kind of just there, and I mean, as much as I don't like, I like the I Swerve or Joe. I'm fine with either way. I would lean towards Swerve.
I would love to see Swerve.
Yeah. Finally,
We'll
we got Sting and Darby versus Matthew and Nicholas Jackson. Sting's last match for the AEW World Tag Team titles.
Young Bucks.
Young Bucks due to Ric Flair. Is this gonna be a third possible?
No. Did you not watch Dynamite?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. That's right. He came down for the rafters. That's I'm showing how dumb I am. But yeah, that's.
I think it. As much as I hate to say it, I think it's a clean win over Sting.
That could be the case.
They take Darby out and they just work over Sting, and it's a clean win over Sting.
That would be just the way to do it, and then hopefully something nice to go out.
Walk off into the sunset. Yeah.
Yeah. That'll be
or
exactly
they super
that.
kick them in the everybody's giving their applause and they come in and double super kick them in the head.
That would be brutal.
But see, if you're gonna play that heel role, which don't get me wrong, I think the Young Bucks are fantastic at doing.
Love it.
Go that extra mile.
Absolutely.
His
really
last match, super kick him in the head.
Yeah. Really make him hate him.
Yeah.
Well, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and end this one here. We're going to go ahead and talk about our WrestleMania top moments. We'll be finishing off that top 15 list here. So stick around for number 13 and number 12 right here on Back Karma Wrestling.
Hey, watch your mouth. Why? I'll just put a quarter in the swear jar. Once it's filled, we get a Coors party after work.
I've been drinking Coors since my college days. Cold draft taste, second to none.
Yeah, worth the recorder, am I right?
You know it, mother.
Hey, you get those reports done?
Yeah.
No.
You, sir.
Attention, employees.
The staff meeting scheduled for this evening, will now be held tomorrow early as
Who's all? Dude, you're only 75 cents short. Oh, shh. Where's the boss? Hey, sir, go yourself. You're fired! Yeah! Oh, I still get beer.
The Chicagoland area has a large number of lonely dogs currently filling shelter pens, just waiting to find a family. Nothing adds warmth to a home like a wagging tail and a warm pair of brown eyes. If you are considering adding a dog to your household, visit the Anderson Animal Shelter, where adoption counselors can assist you in selecting your new best friend. Make your house a home. Adopt a shelter dog. To see a current list of adoptees, visit their website at www.andersonanimalshelter.org or meet them in person at 1000 South LaFox Street in South Elgin. Don't have room in the home for a new furry family member? Donations of toys, collars, and soft or hard non-perishable dog food are always accepted and are greatly appreciated. All animals are spayed or neutered and are waiting with tails wagging to find a loving home. Visit 1000 South LaFox Street in South Elgin or www.andersonanimalshelter.org for more details.
This is Bad Karma Wrestling
Give me a hell yeah!
with No Gimmick Nick Johnston
It doesn't matter how you feel!
and David Double.
Oh, yeah. We're back.
Oh, yeah.
I got you for 3 minutes. Nah, we got you for a little bit longer than that. Oh, yeah. Bad Karma
I
Wrestling.
gotta watch that, man. I'm almost pooped myself. Woo!
Oh,
Can't get into the gutturals when
Meat Madness turns into Pants Madness.
Meat Madness turns into uh-oh.
Ooh. We're not talking about our accidents. We're talking about WrestleMania moments.
WrestleMania moments.
Continuing our top 15 WrestleMania moments. We had 15 and 14 last week.
Yep.
I remember for me it was Rollins getting RKO'd out of midair from Orton.
Mm-hmm.
Also had Raven almost cutting out the power in WrestleMania 17. But we're on to number 13 and number 12. Did you want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
I can go first
Shoot.
if you'd like me to.
So number 13, fire away.
My number 13 is from WrestleMania 1. Barry Windham and Mike Rotundo versus Nikolai Volkov and the Iron Sheik for the WWF Tag Team Championships. And what made it even better was Captain Lou Albano was the manager for Windham and Rotunda, and Classy Freddie Blassie was the manager for the Iron Sheik and Nikolai Volkov. And it was your prototypical 1985 America versus the evil empires of Russia and Iran.
I could only imagine, yeah. During the
But the reason I love this, not just because Windham and Rotundo won the titles, to me, they were the epitome of what tag team wrestling should have been in that era.
Okay.
They were so good together. They knew each other so well. It was a beautiful match, as I remember correctly. Probably my favorite, believe it or not, probably my favorite match of the whole first WrestleMania.
I mean, slim pickings, so yeah. It
yeah,
had some pretty good ones.
You had the introduction to King Kong Bundy there.
Wasn't the original Doink the Clown? He wrestled Ricky Steamboat, right? Wasn't that what it was?
No.
Or was that WrestleMania 3?
No. WrestleMania 3 was not. WrestleMania 3 was Steamboat.
Oh, I'm
Macho
yeah,
Man.
my apologies, yeah.
But for me, it was one of those where of course you have the good feeling as a young kid, America wins and they win the titles, and soon after that they went back to the NWA.
Yeah.
And you never heard of them again, and I was like, what happened? My favorite tag team went away. What the hell? So
Territories.
yeah,
I get you.
West America.
That's a solid one right there. It's a solid one, of course. Sticking in the tag team realm, I'll go with my number 13. I have the Hardys returning at WrestleMania 33. They just had their Ring of Honor little stint. Literally, I believe the day before they had just had a Ring of Honor match. So this was one of the last like, oh my God, wow, like big comebacks for WrestleMania for WWE, especially at that time. So I thought that was really awesome. They went ahead, won the tag team titles that very night in that ladder match. I mean, that was a phenomenal match.
Which I wish they hadn't won the titles right away.
Yeah, it kind of it adds a little bit to the specialness of that. It makes this moment for me a little bit more easier to put up on the list, just because you can add like, oh, they won the titles on top of it. But solid match, like I said, one of the last like. Are they going to do it? Because usually, obviously, when they end a contract here, they got to wait 3 months, 6 months before they show up anywhere else. Nope, next day, basically.
Actually, that's only with WWE.
Yeah.
The non-competes.
Yeah, the non-compete clause, or if it's just a big
That's
name.
if you get fired.
Yeah.
Or released, though.
I know. I know back in the day, TNA had maybe a couple, but not very many. No. Yeah, so, I mean, it's very much just a WWE thing. But, yeah, like I said, it was very exciting. Got a huge pop out of myself I was in and out of wrestling at that time, but that put me back in. I was like, whoa, let's go.
One of the best pops ever.
Absolutely.
Ever.
Absolutely. So, yeah, WrestleMania 33.
As the industry guys say, it was a Road Warriors pop.
Yep. There we go. WrestleMania 33, Hardy's return. That was my number 13. What's your number 12? Number 12 WrestleMania.
My number 12 is Roddy Piper versus Bret the Hitman Hart for the Intercontinental Championship.
Okay.
To me, probably one of the greatest matches that Piper ever had.
Fair.
That I've seen. Other than the dog collar match with Greg Valentine, which was just brutal.
Yes.
This was Piper showing that he could go with a technician. He's not facing Hogan, who didn't know what a hammerlock was. He wasn't facing... Brother. He wasn't facing all these other... He was facing the best technical wrestler in the business at that time, Bret Hart, and held his own. Yeah. So, to me, I just remember the match. I remember Bret got busted open by accident early on in the match and was a bloody mess.
Oh, man.
That whole match.
Which WrestleMania was this? I'm sorry.
What'd we say it was, Scotty? 8?
Okay. Are you on the journey? I mean, it was just 40 days ago till WrestleMania, about a couple days ago. Are you doing the 40-day challenge, watching a WrestleMania day?
I
mean, can you set aside 6 hours a day?
Yeah, see, I'm so busy. It's hard for me. I might go and just watch my favorite match from every WrestleMania.
That's kind of what I've been doing, too. Picking a couple spots, obviously. I've just been stuck
because those first ones are difficult.
Yeah, that's fair.
Those first ones are difficult.
That's fair to say.
It's tough to find that match.
Yeah. Well, I felt like you were peeking over my shoulder in this one. We went from you had a tag team, I had a tag team. You got an IC championship spot. Now I got an IC championship spot at my number 12. I have the entire WrestleMania 31 IC ladder match as my number 12 spot.
Interesting.
I love just the people that were involved. The match itself was, I mean, just the setting. I kind of stuck in the WrestleMania 31.
You really, yeah. I was about to say, you really like that San Fran or Levi's Stadium one, don't you?
Yeah, I know. It's just maybe it's just the sun. Maybe people getting their vitamin D that day.
Ridiculous.
I'm just. I mean, overall, just the match itself was phenomenal. Like I said, I believe Bryan Danielson went over at that time, but I can just remember a couple of spots off the top of the dome. Obviously, R.A.P. Brody Lee, he was involved. A couple of big, exactly that. He got to demonstrate a lot of.
Was it Danielson?
Danielson that got over. I think it was. And if it wasn't, it could have been Brody Lee that got it. I'm not entirely.
No. I'm trying to think because there was another one that was an IC challenge that was the big shocker where it was woo woo woo.
Yeah, that was a different one.
That was a different one.
That was a different.
Yeah, I was gonna say because I remember that one was. Was that
could have been 28.
It might have been.
I think it was that. Yeah, I do remember. I do recall.
I just remember Ambrose falling off the top of a ladder and messing himself up.
Yeah, this was like, Danielson, Cody Rhodes as Stardust, Dolph Ziggler, Brody Lee, who was of course Luke Harper at the time, R-Truth, Dean Ambrose, a.k.a. John Moxley, and Wade Barrett. Wade Barrett.
I've got
Yeah.
some bad
Yeah,
news.
Bad News Barrett was in there.
Yeah. So the one thing that sticks out in my memory for this was the spot, the Ambrose spot, because they stayed on him, and you could tell he knocked himself loopy.
Yeah, that was that one. That was a pretty brutal spot. I mean, look at all the names in there.
Yeah,
Star-studded.
It's a solid
Name, right? Solid stack of names right there. Absolutely. So, I mean, hopefully you got yours and we got ours. Are still continuing away our top 15 WrestleMania moments. We got number 11 and number 10 coming up next week.
Nice.
So I'll be still falling away on that. We got one more quick minute on here. I forgot to mention it. Dark Side of the Ring is this Tuesday. Open up with the John Tenta episode, the Earthquake episode, the Shock Master. Thoughts? Are you watching?
He wasn't the Shock Master. That was Tugboat.
Oh, okay. My bad.
That was Tugboat.
Okay. In that case, well, they're going with the Tugboat episode. We're going with that. Did you see Haku's reaction to the Shockmaster? He had never seen the Shockmaster's debut, and they just put it out on. So take the time on that. So the Dark Side of the Ring's YouTube, they showed Haku the Shockmaster, and he reacted. He had never seen it before. He laughed so hard for so long. So it's a good catch.
There's a question I want answered. Are the Gorillas of Destiny headed to WWE?
Yeah, Toma Tonga, I believe, is from what I understand.
Please God, yes.
He'd be a solid piece. He'd be a solid wrestler. And it doesn't, again, needle mover necessarily for those that pay attention. Yes. For those that pay attention, yes. But the casual will not pay attention. So, yeah. Till next time, Bad Karma Wrestling. We're signing off today. Nick Johnston, Double D. Signing off today. Make sure you take care. I don't know. Say something nice to somebody today. We'll see you around. Take care. We'll see you next week.
This is Bad Karma Wrestling
Give me a hell yeah.
with No Gimmick Nick Johnston
It doesn't matter